Okay, Friday morning on the Kingdom, and I'm on location. Oh, these lips need some liquid refreshment. Oh, it's unreal. It's Friday, but that doesn't matter to me because I'm retired and my boss is an asshole. So it's another work day, steady day, whatever. It's just a normal day. We just keep working till we die, and I'll probably have to be working till the day of my funeral and then show up late for my own funeral. All right, this morning we woke up to -2, but feels like -4. Which is lies. It's warm out here. The snow is warm falling on my face. It's warm out here. Unfrickin' real. I don't know what happened to winter. Maybe it was canceled by the Swedish kid. All right, on the yo-yo scale, +28 Fahrenheit. That feels better, but feels like +25 Fahrenheit. Yes, warm temperatures here. I don't know what we're going to do. This is unreal. So probably another shop day welding. I'm getting good at welding. All right. So you know you're old when you're buying the extra large paper clips. Can you see that? Ooh, if I put it here, you can't see it here. How about here? Look at the size of that. Ooh, the bigger the better. Because when you're old, you can't see it and your fumble fingers, can barely work those small ones. So you buy these big ones. In fact, these were gifted to us from California. Yes, that Rex guy's pretty smart thinking. Send big paper clips to the old guy so he can put everything together. Pretty smart thinking. All right, so let's do a scroll this way because we have freedom. Look at that. The art is kind of organized. We're not doing anything. We can't do anything. It's too warm. The snow is too soft. It's unreal. I don't know what we're going to do. I guess just keep welding and welding and welding until we run out of welding rods. Yes, or the hydro comes and takes the meter off the shop because I didn't pay the hydro. No, I didn't. I paid it. All right, so there we got the Lynn tractors. I don't know if we're going to get them out this year because you can't take them out and rack them because they're so old, just like me. So you got to take them out and have a nice soft snow base for them to travel. Because up here it's nothing but rocks and more rocks and more rocks. Yes, unreal. So look at that. We just about did a full rotation. It feels strange having the me phone out of the host shack and freedom so I can turn around and around. I'll get dizzy and I'll fall down, but I won't spill my beer. Oh, did I say that? All right, let's do a quick one here. Unreal. I don't know what to do today. I'm at loss. I'll have to drink something. Drink some beverage to get some ideas. And that wood stove didn't even burn last night. It's over here somewhere. Yes, it didn't even burn. It was just logs and wood still in there. It just smoldered all night, opened the door, and then it started a fire again. Excellent. All right, I better go. Here comes the boss.
Hey, Kingdom followers, Sir Rodney from West Trans. One last YouTube video before I go away on holidays for a week. I'm off to Mexico tomorrow morning. So I'll do a video for you guys while you're having your morning coffee tomorrow. I'll have my toes in the ocean. Just wanted to come and say thank you to Lee and Marge. Sent me a card in the mail today. Have a great trip all the way from Wisconsin. Sent me a little geezerology here too. I think about 5 out of the 10 of those I'm already doing. So thank you very much, Lee and Marge. Also came with $40 in American money. Enjoy on my second part of the world trip when I'm in Minnesota, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. We'll be in St. Paul, Minnesota for the Jets game. So I'm going to definitely buy myself a couple of beers with that money, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you guys from Mexico.
Okay, it's way too warm out here. The snow is melting off the roof of the new part of the shop extension. Oh, a little bit of breeze. I don't know if we can hear this water droplets there. Les Nessman, can you hear that and see that, Les Nessman? Okay, so over here, the first thing we do when we bring anything up to the shop is we cover it. So we got some plywood sheets over the toboggan full of wood kindling, I guess you'd say. Plus, it's way too warm today to, how'd you say, cut up the trees for firewood. It's supposed to get cold tonight or whatever. Because we found this out the other day. You can go to cut the slasher, use the slasher on those tree branches or twigs, and they just fold over. They don't break off. All right, let's go check the shop. Okay, all I did was open the stove door a bit and open the damper there, and that wood stove's burning good. Can you feel the heat, Les Nessman? It's nice heat. Okay, so we're going to have lots of heat because we're going to do some welding. So that means it's going to get smoky in here. We have the doors open and the vent open, or the shop door vent thingy bob open, and the fans going for ventilation. So there's a piece of 3/8 steel we brought in yesterday with the mini hose, covered in snow, so it's melted nicely off there. So now I made my notes up here. So I know I have to weld that first before I do anything else. Yeah, it's pretty good thinking, because in the morning we don't have much brain cells. I think it's due to the alcohol the night before. I don't know. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom, and I got my welds up there behind the bolts and everything kind of welded and everything like that. So then we're kind of getting carried away. It's starting to look like a Bob Ross painting. Yes, a painting. He was the guy on PBS, I think it was, who painted with the 3-inch brush, and every time he made a mistake, he had lots of happy trees. Well, I got lots of happy trees, but oh well. We're working with what we got, not what we can afford and what we can buy. All right, let's do the walk and talk. All right, let's go this way. See, it's just about lunchtime, 12 noon, new time. All right, 11 o'clock old time. And of course, the promo bike with the little flag of exercise. Oh, those beers are going to taste good later. I've been saying that for a couple of days, and then I go get a cold one out of the fridge. All right, so here's the top. Okay. The only way we're going to keep everything together from falling apart is the top has to hold everything together, but the top has to be removable to put the cable in, okay? So I went to the shed, got this steel rod or bar here. So we'll booger weld it onto here, and then the sides are here. So that should keep those rods from coming apart, like the rollers and everything, in theory. So I got this thing fitting up and down, whatever. Holes aren't perfectly round, but we need some slop to get it up and down. Plus we got some other material over here for cable guides. Yeah, so the cable to slide along and break and whatever. All right, let's go have some lunch and get back to this project. It's such an icky day outside. Okay, coffee time in the kingdom, and I had to get a little fancy there. So here is how we bend material here, because we needed a curvature up there. So what you do is you put your pipe in here, your rod in here, and then you slide this up and down and push down to get the proper curvature that you need. All right, let's try walking over here. Doesn't look like we did much today. Oh, hand and eye coordination. But we got the steel bar or round stock welded in here to guide the cable in. All right, let's walk over here. Not a very good day today. All right, so there we go. I'll climb up here. All right, so this here is the curvature we needed, okay? And I burned it in hot, okay? So that's the flux you get. And plus I'm having to work it, because you got a curvature against a flat piece, so you're having to work it. So it doesn't look pretty, but it's going to hold, okay? So down here, well, the main thing is the cable can't get in behind there, no matter what it does or anything like that, because you can't have any margin of air or space, because that cable will get in there and jam. But also too, we made it so you can pull the pin down here and the pulley falls out the bottom. So, and also too on here, the guide things line up. So if you're pushing against there, the cable will miss there, okay? So the top, okay, we'll go over here. All right. There's the top. So this piece is going on there, and it's not welded here. I lucked out with this square bar is actually a parallelogram, or one side is square, the other side is tapered around it. So I put the tapered round side here, okay, and the square is on the bottom. So that worked out pretty good. So this plunks on, and then you put the big nuts on, and then that pulley system has strength to it. So now after coffee, okay, it doesn't look like much, but if you don't do these little things, when you start pulling on the cable, and you got to remember this little salvage sloop, it will be yanked and dragged. And if the cat starts coming out and this thing falls over on its side, you don't stop. You just keep going. So now after coffee, we have to put some gussets here down. So it has to go from the top down, because there'll be force on here if the cable is pulling this way, and the only thing that's going to hold it is the bolts and that little 3/8 plate at the top. But with that solid stock or square stock inside and the braces here, this thing should be able to take laying over on its side and getting the winched out of there with a cat on top of it. But that's what you got to do when you do salvage on the muskeg. All right, let's go have a coffee or some beer to get that welding taste out of my mouth. Okay, 6:15 and I got the preliminary welding done. Yes, I did the uphand, I did everything and it's braced and everything like that. So this should be good. And if we do screw up and the cable clamps or whatever go up in here, well, it should be no problem. And also too, everything has a lip around the edge. Okay, we don't trim that back because if we want to take a hammer to get this top piece off, that's what we want. Everything has to be adjustable with a hammer. All right, let's see what we got over here. And also too, we're going to probably flip it over on its side or flip it, a little stiff and sore. Okay, so this turned out well. We did the welds up here, uphand, and it was 70-18, 1/8, low heat, and I kept the rod in tight, okay? So you want to keep it in tight to keep the weld under control. We're not doing these ones here. Okay, we're not doing these ones back in here because of the curve of the bolt or whatever, and it'll be easier to lay this thing over on its side and then burn in. So we got the official pins in, the cotter pins are in, and we got the support brace here, plus we greased it. I wanted to get some grease on the top of these threads here because any splatters seem to be sticking to them and anything like that, so we got them greased up, lubed up. So once we flip it over, we can finish the welds in here because I just did a quick uphand, but we want nice welds like over here, nice and thick. All right, so that works out pretty good. So the cable will go through there, and if we get fancy and have the normal steel sling that has the small collar, that'll fit through. That's why we got a little big and carried away, as Bob Ross would say. Lots of happy trees.
Friday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 8:30 a.m. and I'm getting ready to head to work. As you can see, it is pretty cloudy out. There is no sunrise. It's also really warm out and trying to snow. It kind of snowed a bit last night, as you can see, plus my railing and my steps are covered in it, but it wasn't very much. It's still snowing right now. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, and head to work. Just after 12:30 and I finished up lunch today. I had craft dinner, also subbing the grade 2s again today, so that should be fun. Not sure what we'll do for arts and crafts, but I will come up with something. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, and get to work. Just after 4 p.m. and I made home from work. It was a pretty good day with the grade 2s. Got a lot done in there. Now it's time to head on over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. Almost 4:30 and I made it to the kingdom. Now I'll head on down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. It sure is warm out today and pretty windy, so I'm not sure if we'll be doing anything. Just after 4:30, it looks like my dad's playing in the shop. It is pretty windy out there, so we're not going to do anything today. At least he has something to do in the shop. He'll be welding and tinkering around in here. Now I'll head out and do a couple videos. Over at the Flags of Exercise, my dad wanted me to do a little video. I was just about to say our big American flag back there was all tangled up, and I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it untangled itself. It is in a perfect position when the wind blows. It's at the right angle. It's good for pictures and videos, and we're really enjoying it. Almost 5 o'clock and I'm officially done in the kingdom. I'll grab my dog treats and the water jugs to shop in the morning, head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather. 5 o'clock and I just made home from the kingdom and put the skidoo away. I was going to do a little video for you guys explaining the house in WHO-ville, plus my skidoo shed right here, my quad shed and the dog pens, but it's way too windy and you couldn't hear me in the video, so I'll have to wait and do it in the morning or whenever it's not windy out. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, and do the weather. Was just about to do the weather and I peeked over at my garden. I do still have a few things growing, but not very much. One of the things I do have is my big red chili peppers. They've been growing like crazy, but I haven't gotten any chili peppers yet until now. Kind of looks like I have a little mini chili pepper growing in and another one coming up by my thumb. Hopefully these guys stick. I'm not getting my hopes up though. Just after 5:30, and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's -2 degrees Celsius, which is 35 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's been pretty warm out there today, except for that wind. That wind is making it kind of chilly out there. We have some clouds rolling in as well, so maybe it'll snow. We didn't do anything in the kingdom today because of how windy it was, and my dad had stuff to do in the shop. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, we're going to be a little short for video, so that's something from what we did in the past. Well, we'll call it a rerun. But for the new viewers joining us, this will be fresh for them. So we document on what we do and the fun we have here at the end of the world, better known as Wilderness, Alaska. But in Northern Manitoba, oh my, is it windy. Okay, the day's finally come. The boss is happy. The 39 Chevy's going outside, but we have to do a little bit of work with the mini hoe outside to get the doors open. One thing nice about having a $40,000 snow shovel, it can dig it right down to the dirt, so these doors will open. The shop is not the best design or location, but that was what was here 26 years ago when I arrived, and it's served me well. And the staff also has the D69U, known as the Bismarck, cleaned off with all the snow, because snow equals water inside the shop. So she'll film me working away or riding my hoe. Okay, I think the staff got a little video of the Bismarck coming in the shop here. We started it cold and I didn't turn the fuel on, but it turned out good. I caught it just in time, but it has an electric fuel pump on it, so running out of fuel corrects the problem right away. We also brought the big timbers in for the swivel bunks, and I'm going to work on them inside where it's warm because I don't have to drill any more big holes. All right, let's see how things are outside. There we go. The 39 Chevy's back into use out in the snow, just like we always do. We use it year round. Look at the flag exercise way over there. He's all tangled, messed a bit. Oh, look. He's getting excited there. We got a slight breeze. It is chilly. It's not bad base temperature, but that slight wind just cuts right through you. Okay, I better go have some coffee. Okay, quite windy out here, nasty or sunny and warm, but the wind's chilly and it's windy. We're not used to the wind up here. I'm glad I hid in the shop all day and the staff and I didn't do anything after work or whatever, after her real job. Look at the flags go, the new one, the big one there, the large one. Yes, he's got one wrap up, so hopefully he untangles himself. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, and make a video. Talk to you later.